The one thing seniors wish they had done earlier. Hello, and welcome. Today, we're talking about something powerful. A hidden truth many people don't realize until it's too late. It's something seniors, when reflecting on their lives, often say with deep emotion in their voices. A sentence that begins with, "I wish I had." Now imagine sitting down with someone in their 70s or 80s. Someone who has lived a full life. What do you think they would tell you matters most? Is it money? Status? Fancy things? Not quite. More often than not, when asked about their biggest life lesson, their answer is simple, but deeply moving. I wish I had lived more for myself, earlier. That's the one thing, living true to themselves, following their passions, their values, their voice, not just the expectations of others, not just the shoulds of life. That's the regret they carry, that they waited too long to be who they really were. In this video, we're going to explore that idea in depth. Why so many seniors wish they had lived more authentically, what holds us back from doing that earlier, and how you can make sure you don't end up with that same regret. So whether you're 25, 45, or 65, this message is for you, because the best time to change your life is now. Let's begin with the heart of the issue. The hidden regret that surfaces with age. As we age, we start reflecting more. That's just part of growing older. Seniors often begin to see their life as a story. They look back at the chapters they've lived and think about the ones they didn't write, the choices they didn't make, the dreams they left behind. And one recurring theme comes up. I lived for others. I played roles. I fulfilled responsibilities, but I forgot to be me. Now let's be clear. Living for others isn't a bad thing. Raising children, supporting a family, being a dependable friend or spouse. These are noble and beautiful parts of life. But the regret doesn't come from those things. It comes from losing oneself in those things. Many seniors say they lived according to what society, their parents, or even their jobs expected of them, instead of asking, what do I want from this life? Let's look at an example. Story. George and the Guitar George was a hard-working accountant for over 40 years. He provided for his family, paid his taxes, saved for retirement. But when George was 15, he had a dream. To be a musician. He loved the guitar. He would spend hours in his room learning chords and writing songs. But when he turned 18, his father told him, "Music's a hobby, son, not a career." So George went to college, got a safe job, lived a responsible life. Fast forward 50 years, George is retired now. He has time, but not the same energy. His fingers don't move like they used to. His eyesight is fading. And every time he sees someone playing music, a quiet sadness stirs in his heart. He says, I don't regret being a father or having a steady job, but I regret never giving myself a chance, even one chance to see what could have been. George's story is not unique. It's echoed in nursing homes, family dinners, memoirs, and quiet conversations. So the question becomes, why do so many of us hold back from living authentically? What stops us? The barriers to living authentically. There are 3 big reasons. Most people don't live true to themselves early on. Fear of judgment. From a young age, we're taught to seek approval from parents, teachers, society, and slowly, we start caring more about what others think than what we feel. We worry, what if I fail? What will people say? What if I disappoint someone? That fear of judgment keeps us in safe, familiar paths, even when our heart is calling us elsewhere. The weight of responsibility. Life gets busy. We grow up, take on jobs, raise families, pay bills, and before we know it, years pass by. Our dreams get buried under laundry, deadlines, and expectations, and we tell ourselves, I'll do it later, but for many, later never comes. Lack of self-reflection. Sometimes we don't even know we're off track because we never stop to reflect. We go through the motions, But don't ask, is this really what I want? Self-awareness takes time and honesty, two things we often push aside. The turning point. When reflection begins, most people only begin deep reflection after retirement or during a life crisis. The death of a loved one, a health scare, or a major change. These moments force us to pause and ask big questions. But what if we didn't wait for a crisis? What if we started now, by checking in with ourselves regularly? Just asking, am I living the life I want, can change everything. Let me share another story. Maria's awakening. Maria spent her entire life being what others needed her to be. A daughter, a wife, a mother, a caretaker. She was always there for others but never for herself. At 62, after her children had moved out and her husband passed away, Maria found herself alone for the first time in decades. She picked up a paintbrush one day, just for fun. It awakened something in her. She started painting every week, then every day. She joined a local art class. 2 years later, her work was in local galleries. She says, "I've never felt more alive." Maria didn't discover a new passion. She reconnected with the one she'd hidden long ago. And now, in her 60s, she finally feels like herself. That's the beauty of life. It's never too late to begin. But wouldn't it be even better to begin earlier? What living authentically really means. Living authentically doesn't mean quitting your job and moving to an island. It means listening to your inner voice, being honest about what brings you joy, saying no when something doesn't feel right, saying yes to things that light you up, even if they scare you, making space for your passions, choosing relationships that support your growth, not suppress it. It means waking up and feeling aligned, not perfect, but real. The benefits of living. True to yourself, here's what studies and real stories tell us. People who live authentically feel less anxiety and more peace. They experience deeper relationships because they attract people who connect with their true self. They report higher levels of life satisfaction, even in older age. And most importantly, they carry fewer regrets. How you can start today. Here are simple, powerful steps to begin living true to yourself. Reflect weekly. Spend 10 minutes a week journaling or thinking about what feels aligned in your life and what doesn't. Reconnect with joy. What did you love doing as a child? Drawing? Writing? Exploring?